Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our English Learning Podcast. I'm Jennifer, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Elizabeth. How are you today, Elizabeth?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm especially excited about today's topic because it's something that has intrigued people for decades. Today, we're going to dive into the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. It's one of those topics that sparks curiosity, fascination, and a bit of fear, too.
Absolutely, Elizabeth. The Bermuda Triangle, often referred to as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. It's roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Over the years, this area has become infamous due to the number of ships and aircraft that have reportedly disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
That's right. Some say it's a place of supernatural activity, while others believe there are scientific explanations for the strange occurrences. But regardless of the theories, the Bermuda Triangle has captured the imagination of people around the world. So today we're going to explore some of the most famous disappearances, the theories behind them, and whether the mystery is really as mysterious as it seems.
Exactly. Let's start with one of the most famous incidents, the disappearance of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, a group of 5 U.S. Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training mission. But something went terribly wrong.
Yes, this story is one of the most iconic in the history of the Bermuda Triangle. The flight's leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported that his compasses were malfunctioning and he couldn't determine the correct direction. As the hours passed, communication became increasingly garbled, and eventually contact was lost with all 5 aircraft. To this day, no wreckage has been found, and the fate of Flight 19 remains a mystery.
And it gets even stranger. A rescue plane, a PBM Mariner with a 13-man crew, was dispatched to search for Flight 19, but it also disappeared without a trace. In just one day, 6 aircraft and 27 men vanished into thin air. This incident really solidified the Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a dangerous and mysterious place.
It certainly did. And there are countless other stories, like the disappearance of the USS Cyclops in 1918, a U.S. Navy cargo ship that went missing with over 300 people on board. It remains the single largest loss of life in U.S. Navy history that is not directly related to combat. The ship was sailing from Barbados to Baltimore when it vanished without sending a distress signal.
That's right. And despite extensive searches, no wreckage of the Cyclops was ever found. Over the years, many other vessels, like the SS Marine Sulphur Queen in 1963 and the SS El Faro in 2015, have also disappeared in the Triangle under mysterious circumstances.
So, what could explain these disappearances? There are several theories, ranging from the scientific to the supernatural. One popular theory is that the Bermuda Triangle is affected by magnetic anomalies. Some believe that the region has unusual magnetic fields that interfere with navigational instruments like compasses, leading ships and planes off course.
Yes, that's a common explanation. Magnetic anomalies can cause compasses to point to true north rather than magnetic north, which can confuse pilots and captains. This could explain why Flight 19's leader reported that his compasses were malfunctioning. However, it's worth noting that such magnetic anomalies are rare and not unique to the Bermuda Triangle.
Another scientific theory suggests that the Bermuda Triangle is prone to rogue waves, enormous, unpredictable waves that can reach heights of over 100 feet. These waves could potentially swamp or capsize ships, especially during storms or rough seas.
That's a great point, Elizabeth. Rogue waves are powerful and can appear suddenly, without warning. They've been recorded in other parts of the world, and they're known to be dangerous for ships of all sizes. It's certainly possible that they've played a role in some of the disappearances.
There's also the theory of methane hydrates. Some scientists believe that large deposits of methane gas lie beneath the seafloor in the Bermuda Triangle. If these gas pockets suddenly rupture, they could reduce the water's density, causing ships to sink rapidly. Methane gas could also rise to the surface and enter the atmosphere, potentially disrupting aircraft engines.
That's an interesting theory. And it has some scientific basis, as methane hydrates are found in various parts of the ocean floor. However, there's no concrete evidence to suggest that methane hydrate eruptions are happening frequently in the Bermuda Triangle.
And then, of course, there are the more fantastical explanations. Some people believe the Bermuda Triangle is home to extraterrestrial activity, like UFOs abducting ships and planes. Others suggest it's a portal to another dimension, a vortex, or even the location of the lost city of Atlantis.
Those theories are definitely intriguing, but they're also more speculative than scientific. There's no solid evidence to support them, but they do make for great stories and certainly add to the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle.
Exactly. And while it's fun to think about the supernatural possibilities, it's also important to consider the more rational explanations. For example, the Bermuda Triangle is located in an area with a lot of traffic both by air and by sea. It's a busy shipping route and a popular path for planes flying between North America, Europe, and the Caribbean.
That's a great point. The more traffic an area has, the more likely accidents are to occur, simply due to the law of averages. And let's not forget the unpredictable weather in the region. Hurricanes, thunderstorms, and strong currents can make navigation challenging and dangerous.
Exactly. It's also important to note that many of the stories about the Bermuda Triangle have been exaggerated or misreported over the years. Some of the incidents attributed to the triangle actually occurred far outside its boundaries, and others have more plausible explanations that have been overlooked or ignored.
And many of the myths surrounding the Bermuda Triangle were popularized in the 20th century by books and articles that sensationalized the mystery. For example, in 1974, author Charles Berlitz wrote The Bermuda Triangle, which became a bestseller and greatly fueled public fascination with the topic.
Yes, that book, along with others, helped create the modern myth of the Bermuda Triangle. But in reality, there's no official map or boundary for the triangle, and many of the so-called mysteries have reasonable explanations.
That's so true. But regardless of the explanations, the Bermuda Triangle remains a fascinating topic. It's a place where science, mystery, and imagination intersect, and it's captivated people for generations.
Speaking of fascination, I'd love to hear what our listeners think about the Bermuda Triangle. Let's take a call from one of our listeners.
Hi there, you're on the air with Jennifer and Elizabeth. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Elizabeth. My name is David, and I'm calling from London, UK. I've always been intrigued by the Bermuda Triangle, and I wanted to ask, do you think there's a specific reason why this area seems to have more disappearances than other parts of the world?
Hi, David. Great question. Does seem like the Bermuda Triangle has more incidents, but it's important to consider that it's a heavily traveled area. Because there are so many planes and ships passing through, there's naturally a higher chance of accidents occurring.
That's right, David. And it's also worth noting that the Bermuda Triangle is in a region with rapidly changing weather conditions, which can create dangerous situations for navigators. So, while there may not be a single specific reason, a combination of factors could explain why this area has gained such a mysterious reputation.
That makes a lot of sense. I've always wondered if it was just a coincidence or if there was something more to it. Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks for calling in, David. We appreciate your question and we hope you keep enjoying the podcast.
Definitely. I love listening to you both. Have a great day.
You too, David.
Take care.
Bye, David.
That was a great question from David. It's always good to explore these topics with a critical eye and consider all the possible explanations.
Absolutely, Jennifer. And for those of you listening, if you're enjoying our podcast, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support really helps us keep creating these episodes and sharing more interesting topics with you.
So, to recap, we've covered the history of the Bermuda Triangle, discussed some of the most famous incidents, and explored various theories, both scientific and supernatural, that attempt to explain the mysteries of this region. While there may never be a definitive answer to what happens in the Bermuda Triangle, it's a topic that will continue to fascinate people for years to come.
And remember, mysteries like the Bermuda Triangle remind us of the vastness and unpredictability of our world. They encourage us to keep exploring, questioning, and learning. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the stories surrounding the Bermuda Triangle certainly provide food for thought.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of the Bermuda Triangle. Keep learning, keep wondering, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.